when we talk about high quality, we will say that, you have to have enough money. You have to have more money to buy high quality. Okay. So, high quality is like equating to excellence, like excellence. What is excellence? And then, good quality is like meets its fit. What is it for? The outcome is what it's supposed to be, no more or less. That is good quality. Okay. So make sure that when we're defining good quality. We're not going out to define a high quality. We're not achieving here. Not to say that we don't care about excellency. We do care about excellency, but it's just a matter that, if you to be very objectively managing a project, you must take out the subjectivity element. You must be compiling all the relativity into something that is very, very absolute, and try to make it more quantitative, try to make it more communicating it to all the stakeholders, and make sure that everybody is looking at the same thing. And that is how we're talking about quality management. So we're not talking about quality as per what is quality, high quality to the person, but we're talking about how to manage quality to make sure that we have good quality product. Okay. I hope that can actually set the background of what we are doing in quality management. The aim and the goal is about us gathering the different, gathering all the relativity, gathering all the subjectivity, bringing it together, and make sure everybody say that, okay, now out of the relativity, out of the subjectivity, can we come up with a set of objectivity? Can we come up with a set of requirement or set of standards that make sure that it's absolute, that we try to change relativity to as absolute as we can, but we also have to understand that it can never be absolute. Okay. So after that, we set that as our standard, set that as our level, set that as our requirement. Then we will set our management system, our quality management systems which is comprising of QP, QA, QC, this particular system. Then it will be working towards that goal of creating good quality of what you have defined in the first place through the exercise of changing relativity and subjectivity to being a more quantitative and absolute value. Okay. So this book here, I won't be covering. I think you can read it a little bit more. So this is about history of concept quality. So it changes over the years. So it always comes from manufacturing. So after World War II, there's many, due to work that is done, industrialization, process industrialization came in the late 1890, during the Queen Victorian eras. And I think at that time, the Western world is going into a very group production drive. They are swerving away from agriculture, so going towards that. And after World War II, the process of manufacturing actually achieved even a higher level of complication, because there's a in industrialization, there's a group of workers coming up with a certain product in a very process-based system. So then this group of workers actually come from agricultural sectors. And, to manage this group of workers, to manage these processes, initially there's going to be a lot of money. I mean, there's going to be a lot of problems involved, such as poor quality and all that. So that's why the concept quality actually comes from manufacturing. And quality management is from the industrialization era all the way to World War II and World War I and World War II. And then after the World War II, when the Japanese and the Germans actually dropped down, in the war, they are the loser person, in the war. So the losing party. So then many of the products actually was not popular at all. So nobody's going to drive German cars, Nobody's going to drive Japanese cars at that time. So and nobody's going to use Japanese products. So these are the two countries actually set up that effort to actually there are people in the US and other parts of the world, yes, during the industrialization, they are already starting to work on the quality. So after World War, when you need a lot of things to be rebuilt, to be redo, so mass production through a group of workers is very, very important. Manufacturing is very important because otherwise you cannot mass produce. You cannot sit there, and do something like build a table, and then do whatever you want, tailor made. You can't do that. In the old days, yes, you can, but not anymore. You see, like you don't make things for specific people. Now you make things for the mass. It's just when you produce table, you need to produce 100 tables over a very short period of time. Because after war, there's no tables, for example, no doors, no locks, no anything, So we need a lot of product. So then manufacturing has become very, very, it's a hit thing after World War II, even more hotter than during the industrialization era. Then after that, some countries like, the Nazi Party like Germans and all that, they actually are concerned. So they actually create a lot of, they want to bring up their product popularity. People need to survive too, like it's not like the other people is not affected as well, you see. So these two countries are the ones that actually start to focus a lot more on the concept of quality management in that sense and trying to make sure that they win people. They've been losing the war, so they want to make sure that in other things later on that they can actually bring back their good reputation in that sense. So after World War, no one wants to use Japanese car, no one wants to use German cars, no one wants to use electronics goods, from Japan or US. It's just a matter of we hate these people because they are the one who created the war. So then they go in and try to bring up the country at the same time as bringing up their product through a lot of effort into quality. So they actually engage a lot of rules from different parts of the world, such as like Duran, the Ming, and then they themselves have the Ishikawa and all that kind of people, and Duran, Crosby's, and all these people are the gurus, and they can be trained. They kind of create Japanese and try to make them realize that it's not about just manufacturing, it's about the system, it's about the people, it's an entire element. When you're managing quality, you're managing many elements. It's just not one thing. It's not about your machine. It's not about your raw material only, you see. So World War II redefined quality, and we look into statistical processes in quality management. So we are looking into eras whereby we are looking at how many rejects, from how many rejects we study what can we do better. So that one is the most easiest, fastest way in manufacturing. And then after that, World War II, we talk about birth of quality or total quality in the area of quality, meaning that it's not only about just, like I said, the machine. It's about people, it's about attitude, it's about behavior, it's about materials, it's about the whole entire systems that is put together in order to create the product. So now these are some histories here. So some philosophies that are created. And then Ishikawa create the fishbone diagram. Yeah. He's the one that creates the fishbone diagram. Okay. And then you also have these are all the history of quality definition, how people define quality. And then you've got Crosby's. Okay, so this one is, you can read through it. Yeah, it's not much of an issue. So then slowly we're moving towards the era of quality management. Okay, and then we are not only zero defects, but quality management. So these are all the Crosby points, Duran, Ishikawa. So then we move into the era of TQM now. Okay, 2000s, we're talking about TQM, we're talking about ISO. So these are the new things that is coming up in this era. All right.